How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Daily Grind Fantasy stream here on YouTube. If you guys noticed, not just me here, Sports by Dustin, but we do have Parker, also known as Fields Focus, on Twitter or YouTube, etc. You can find him at Fields Focus. But how's it going, Parker? Welcome to the
Doing
stream.
pretty, I'm doing pretty good today, Dustin. Thank you for having me, and I'm ready to find some value and win some money.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, check chat, see who we got. Titan says you're gonna have pick out on better today. I can tell you right now, we can go to better. I don't think there's enough value to build out a slip. Right now, the best play on better is CJ McCollum, over 26.5 PRA. Slightly favored, close to the near even line of 27.5 on the sports books. Across all of the sports books. So you're getting a little bit of value there, but really nothing as far as a full slip that we can build out on better. No, there's not as much value right now, but what we can do, me and Parker, if you guys have questions, make sure you guys drop them in the chat. We'll try and answer anything we can, as well as there'll be value. We'll be able to get off some slips. We'll look at all the DFS apps and go from there. Yeah, Parker, let's go ahead and we can always count on ParlayPlay, I'm sure. I'm just going to kind of click through and see what else we have. Make sure we're not missing any crazy plays at the moment. And then we can go ahead and maybe start on ParlayPlay, I think.
Right, I'm going on over.
Wow, I might be lying there. So we have one play above our true fair odds percentage that we're needing. So I don't want to start there. All right, scratch that. Let's start on Dabble. Let's start on Dabble. We do have some plays. Let's see, we got some more people in chat. Actually, somebody asked for Dabble. Better was rising good this morning. Alex says McCaffrey promo on PrizePicks. Awesome. Did that get is that up?
It's free. Yeah, it just got posted. It's a free
Sweet.
square.
Sweet. So yeah, we could definitely build something out for that if we get some value over there. Does Dabble have a deposit matcher? No, it's just a free 25 that Dabble is doing right now. You can use code DGF. You sign up on Dabble, and you can get 25 free bucks there. Crit, what up? Yeah. All right. So, Parker, let me know, what is your process on Dabble? Are you playing some of these props that are just these even props, or what's your kind of process here whenever you're finding something on Dabble?
Um, Honestly, I'm not really playing these even props as much. When I'm playing on Dabble, I'm looking for more of a big winning kind of slip, honestly. So I'm playing the bigger legs, the more risk, more reward type slips when I'm going through the optimizer, and then when I'm playing things.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I kind of tend to agree, and I've kind of mentioned this on stream a little bit. I don't love these super heavy push potential props on Dabble. Technically they're solid value, right? It's just such a high percentage chance to push, really, where it would kind of affect your overall ROI over the long term, because it's going to take down what would be a 5 leg down to a 4 leg, or but you get what I'm saying. Now
Exactly.
something like this Jamal Murray play where it's at 8 assists, sure, it's push potential. It's not as crazy push potential as what some of these other props set at 1 are. So I don't mind starting off with Jamal Murray under 8 assists, set to 7.5 on multiple sports books. You got some books favoring the under of 7.5. We get it at 8, so there is that push potential. But if it does push, I will. I can live with it pushing at 8 rather than playing these one props for sure.
I'm with you. Those one props are just kind of it's just a brutal watch compared to that eight there. 100%.
Let's see. You want to go ahead and snag our next play?
Yeah, we can go with Paul George assists over 2.5. It's minus 140 plus across every sports book, pretty much, and 55.09% chance to hit. So we can go with Paul George 2.5 assists there.
Yeah, I like that line a lot. And I like to build out these 3-man 6x slips personally, and it looks like we got just enough to really get this to be a solid slip for a 3-man. I know you're playing 5 or 6 mans. Is that what you're typically playing? You were mentioning?
Dabble, yeah, that's what I've been playing a lot of.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and make this a 6x slip. I'm in shambles right now trying to find the Clippers, and it's the last game. There it is. To go ahead and get Paul George over 2.5 assists. I actually think we had Paul George over 2.5 assists the other day on Dabble, and he cashed for us. So hopefully we repeat there. Oh, I just actually noticed this is actually Paul George right here for rebounds as well. So we're gonna need something else here to go ahead and get in. What do we have? It's so whenever we get into a situation like this, right, where we are dipping down into these yellowish plays, what we're looking for to make sure that these are going to be good plays is the fact that our true fair odds percentage, or this odds percent to hit, is going to be above the percentage that we need it to be. And for a 3-pick uninsured slip on Dabble, which is a 6x payout, same thing as Underdog, which Underdog is a really good slip type over there, 3x or 3-pick non-insured, minus 122 odds. We need above 55% in order for this to be a plus EV slip in total. So we got 55.98, we got 55.21. I think if we come down here and we have Rasmus Dahlin over 1.5 blocked shots, we can go ahead and get that. It looks like the sportsbooks average odds of minus 143. That should still be above our fair odds percentage of 55%, or very, very close, but it should be above that. So that's what I'm getting at is, and Parker, to like explain to them, I guess, is you can go below these all green plays as long as you're getting that percentage to make your full plus EV slip above what you're needing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the total number's got to equal above. It's not each individual prop.
Exactly. Perfect. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and add that one in. Rasmus Dahlin for the Sabres. That's going to be over 1.5 block shots. Talk about a sweat there.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be sweating that big time.
All right, so I went ahead and locked that in. If you guys don't know, on Dabble, it's actually pretty sick. Unfortunately, they don't have a website platform yet, a presence. But if you guys download Dabble, use code DGF, you can actually follow me and Parker. Is yours Field Focus on Dabble? I don't know if.
I believe it is. Yes.
So yeah,
it's at Focus.
Yeah, so you can follow your favorite creators or whoever you would like to maybe tail, and you can tail these slips with one click of a button. So if you're already following me on Dabble, you could literally load up Dabble, go to my profile, and you will see that slip that I just entered, and you would be able to play it right away. Looks like one person has already copied my entry and played it themselves. So really cool feature, in my opinion, on Dabble. It's kind of like, I think Pickett, you could do that with certain apps and stuff. So it's pretty neat. And then obviously you have shared links on these other platforms like PrizePicks and such. Speaking of PrizePicks, let's see.
They should have that feature Dabble has though. That's a nice feature.
Dude, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Exactly.
Jackson says DG Fantasy is unbelievably awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah, we try to make a great product for people to use and find value on. Let's see. My Dabble username is Sports by Dustin. Sorry, Sports by Dustin. And halfway long design assist. Jalen Williams under assist. Yeah, Alex says JockMKT changed their payouts for 3-man. Yep, they did. All right. So no, one day I'll be able to play on Dabble. Well, stick with the Chinese you're learning for now, buddy. Wow. So there's now nothing on PrizePicks.
Absolutely nothing. Underdog's looking rough as well. A couple decent.
Let's see. Trying to see if we could get something out of ParlayPlay. Might be able to build out a 6-leg slip on ParlayPlay. Yeah, technically we kind of could. I'm gonna go ahead and check Fliff real quick, see what we have there. And basically nothing too great. Unfortunately, we have a lot of these long shot plays on Fliff that are decent value sometimes, but you also have to read into the lines a little bit. Like right now, Bet Rivers, this top play, Oklahoma City Thunder minus 28.5. Like sure, like I said, that's a long shot play, only a 17% chance to hit, based on the information we have here. However, it's at plus 500 on FanDuel, which is closer to plus 585 than it is on Bet Rivers. So Bet Rivers seems to be the one that's a little off here, as opposed to FanDuel and Fliff. So something to note, like, yeah, the optimizer is just simply pulling the odds in from the sports books and then doing the math on the back end for you guys. It's not that the optimizer is wrong or anything like that of whatever it's pulling. It's just simply doing the math for the odds provided by the sports books. If the other sports books are off, that's where you can take advantage of it a little bit, and kind of use this thing to find good plays on sports books too.
I don't mind that Trailblazers or Thunder minus 28.5 either. They won by 62 last time they played.
Oh my god, that is 62 is nuts. Speaking of that, 70 by Embiid last night.
Yeah, and Cat had 56 like with 8 minutes left in the third, and then he just fell apart.
I know, that's actually brutal. That's brutal. But it's pretty wild that they happened on both the same night in general. Embiid's a monster.
Yeah.
41 field goal attempts, I think he had. We could.
It didn't even look that crazy. Like Embiid's, like it just looked effortless too. Embiid's 70 looked effortless
Against Wembanyama, which is wild.
Exactly.
I want to go ahead and build out a slip, but where are we going to build it out on? Because the value is constantly changing right now across all of these apps. I don't want to take 2 players on the under for Brooklyn in fantasy score at the very moment. And it looks like DraftKings is throwing off Mikal Bridges a tad. If you look here on these fantasy scores, you can see that Mikal Bridges is at 30.7 on DraftKings, or what would be his fantasy score projection, if they were to have one, and 32.8 and 32.5 on 2 other ones. So it seems DraftKings is a little off. I would love to see that, even out a little bit. If these other 2 came down to closer to 30.7, that'd be awesome. Even then, two full fantasy score is pretty solid. Why is it showing up 2 fantasy scores for Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, I agree with you on the 2 Nets unders though. That's just kind of asking for one of them to go over if you take both of them in the same slip.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and check the middling tool. Ooh, okay. You see what I'm seeing on the middling tool? If you go there to the PrizePicks one,
let me get on over there.
Yeah, let me know if you see what I'm seeing there at the top.
Yep, I'm seeing it.
All right, so let me double check we have this line. All right, no, so we're a little bit late. So Aaron Gordon, not a great play on PrizePicks, but look at hot streak, 23.5. So off by 2 points, rebounds. Now it's set to 22.5, so still off 1. But if we could have caught it 2 off, would have been even better. Still can get a little bit of value taking it if you refresh. You'll see it at 22.5. Obviously, the odds are a little bit better in your favor now, are a little lower because of the change of the line. But let's keep searching a little bit. I'm sure we can find something else. SGA over 42.5, set to 43.5 on every single other DFS app. And I'm looking at specifically Hot Streak. I don't know if you have found any other ones you want to search. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Aaron Gordon and SGA in a slip, we might be able to find some more and build out another slip. SGA over 42.5 PRA is what I'm getting in, and then Aaron Gordon. I'm going to take that 1 point rebound discrepancy and take the under of 22 points rebounds.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else right now on Hot Streak. I mean, Anthony Davis is at 4.5 on Hot Streak, and then 4 on most of the other books, but then 4.5 also on Fliff. I'm not seeing any other discrepancies on Hot Streak right now.
Yeah, it's not too many actually. Looks like, yeah, not too many. There's one slip at least that we can get, and that was I missed what the multiplier was there. Hang on one sec. Yeah, so it was like over a 3.5x multiplier. So for a 2-pick, you're already getting more than PrizePicks and on Underdog. Those other DFS apps, you're getting more bang for your buck, and you're getting them at some discrepancies as opposed to what the lines are on those other DFS apps. So it just goes to show the importance of line shopping and getting those better numbers. And over the long term, that's where you're going to be profitable, is finding these plays that have these discrepancies, that have these not only discrepancies in what the lines are, but what the odds are across the sports books and such. And that's what this tool does. Is of course, the middle tool is DFS app to DFS app comparison, and then here on the optimizer, I've switched back Parker to the optimizer, where it compares sports books directly back to the DFS apps like PrizePicks, Underdog, ParlayPlay, etc. I'm gonna check out some chat. I don't know if you came across any plays that we can go ahead and get in if you want to keep searching there.
I've been searching. They just bumped the Mikal Bridges down already, so that's not even an option anymore. Claxton's still up at the same, but PrizePicks doesn't have much.
Crushables, what up? Crypto's tanking right now after like a year of going up. Alex, I think you're in the wrong stream. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Crushable said the same thing I did. He said he might take that the Thunder have blown out the Blazers so badly this year.
Yeah.
Shea hasn't played more than 23 minutes versus the Trailblazers this year. That's how bad it's been.
Jesus. Well, for the sake of my over 42.5 PRA, hopefully he gets that in the first half then.
Yeah, that's I took that today too.
Let's see. What's the difference between the optimizer and the correlation tool? Optimizer is going to find you plus EV plays that have value when taking into consideration what the sportsbooks lines and odds are. The correlation tool is going to scan the market, find the most highly correlated plays across PrizePicks, Underdog, Fliff, Boom, Dabble, whatever DFS app. It's going to find you the most correlated props and put them into a full slip. And you can click the button, reveal the entire slip, plug it, play it, set it, forget it. That's kind of how it works, right? So these are profitable slips over the long term. The tool's only going to show you profitable slips in general. I think that we can, for the stream, how many people we got in here first off? 80 people in here, only 6 likes. If this gets to 40 likes, if we get to 40 likes, I will reveal the Kansas City Baltimore underdog slip for everyone. 92 correlation score and 182.84% profit margin. I will reveal the Kansas City Baltimore Ravens slip if this gets 40 likes on the stream. But until then,
everybody run this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple to do, and then you get a free slip from the optimizer. That's actually crushing. I don't know if you guys seen on Dabble yesterday what the tool did, but it went nuts. I know it hit 2 35x slips for sure. Might have been more than that. But yeah, it crushed NHL just yesterday. I meant to talk about my stream from yesterday, Parker, not necessarily anything to do with you as far as the slips that were made. I think we made 2 slips on PrizePicks. I think both went for 0.4x, unfortunately. We have 2 slips we made on ParlayPlay yesterday that are sitting at 3-0. Just waiting for NFL. We have 2 NFL plays on 1 slip, and then because we had a DNP in that one, 2 NFL plays, and then 3 NFL plays on the other slip. And actually, I love that. I love whenever you get some good NFL value early in the week, along with some NBA, and the NBA hits, right?
Starts all, yeah, that's the best feeling.
But the worst feeling is also like when the NBA play chalks, and then all of a sudden you're just sitting there staring at it, and you know that your NFL plays, whether they cash or not, aren't going to do shit for you. Like that is the highs and lows of gambling there. So hopefully we cash out with the NFL plays, and we can get a hopefully 25x and a 10x. Take one or the other if it came to the worst. Some profit there. But yeah, the PrizePicks plays weren't the best. Go ahead.
You were talking about the correlation tool. That's my favorite tool on the of the Datagram Fantasy over the like the correlation tool is really fun to use. I have a lot of fun with it. And it literally just builds out your slip. So like right before game time, if you don't have anything, you can literally just hop on the correlation tool and it'll build out you a slip. Build you out a slip.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It works the same as far as like volume, right? It's all about the volume you're getting in. If you're just picking and choosing these slips on the correlation tool, could you be profitable by picking and choosing? Sure, but like it's not what we are preaching, and it's not how you use the tool. You should be playing as many of these slips as you can without overexposing to certain player props, of course. And that's the same thing on the optimizer to be able to profit and get these plays in. I keep getting excited. There's like 1 or 2 plays every time I click over to PrizePicks. We can build out a slip, actually. Let's build out a slip. Because we have the free square with CMC. So we can take CMC, and then we can kind of go back and forth here. I'll take Mikal Bridges over 25.5 points and rebounds. If we can snag this and move kind of quick.
Yeah, let me get that. All right, you're taking that. I'm gonna go with we can go Aaron Gordon, under 10 rebounds, assists, 9.5 on all the books. Favoring the under on some of the books as well, or favoring the under at 9.5. So Aaron Gordon, rebounds, assists, under.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna skip Claxton over rebounds and assists. Just so much in the same game. Take Zach Edey. Under 13.5 rebounds in college basketball. And then we just need one more. Bet out a 5-man here. I wouldn't. It's up to you. What you want to do, the football play, or you want to do Jalen Williams? Both the same percent. All right,
I was gonna say the Jalen Williams.
Yeah, let's keep it in basketball.
I like that better, especially me and Dustin said earlier that we didn't know who that was. So
yeah, that the football, the football play. Let's go ahead, lock this in. So this is going to be yep, got it. And no, I think I've already used it. Did I use the full thing? I forgot I used some of it earlier. All right, I got it in though. And then I'm going to share it in the chat.
All right, I got it in as well. Let's go.
All right. So go ahead, get that locked in. We'll talk about why this is a good play. And then we can also talk about how we were able to go under, or if you want to explain that, how we were able to go ahead and hit some of these plays that might be under the percentage that we're looking for. If you want to explain that to them. But I did put that in chat for you guys while he's explaining. You guys can get that in.
We were able to go under with some of them because that, like, look at the Mikal Bridges. It's at 55.01%. The total number throughout all of the props you had and the total slip will still be over the percentage we're looking for. So even though 1 or 2 props isn't over it, then the total number will still go over.
Yeah, so it's 54.3% for 5 and 6 leg slips here on PrizePicks that we're looking for. And given the fact that we have 55%, 54.4, And then below that, right, we have 2 props that are below that. But then also take into consideration we're getting a full free square from Christian McCaffrey, so that also helps to make this slip very, very plus EV nonetheless. And I feel good about all of it. Like we can see with Mikal Bridges, set to 25.5 on PrizePicks. We got the over of 25.5. It's at 26.5 on multiple sports books. Looks to be like the even line, maybe a little bit of juice on the over. Like Fliff definitely has some juice on the over. And you had mentioned Aaron Gordon set to 10. Obviously, we have some push potential, but favored on the under of 9.5. We'll take that all day. Zach Edey set to 13.5 on multiple sports books, set to 12.5 on Bet Online. Some juice on the under. Caesar's got this minus 170 under 13.5. So hopefully Caesars is being a little sharp here, and that's what the line's going to be. But let's see. We're having some more plays pop up. If anything got bumped and you guys weren't able to get it in, these are just a 1-to-1 comparison with BetMGM. So if you want to trust it, go for it. Obviously, the more books, the better. We can go ahead and
We're loving these Nets fantasy score unders tonight. The Optimizer's loving it.
Oh, yeah. It certainly is. Oh, Dinwiddie, we got an over for the Nets there, an assist, 5.5. Obviously, you got juice on the over. But looks like we had probably, who was it? Mikal Bridges get bumped, I'm assuming. But if you're looking for a play, OG Anaboy, Anobi, under 26 fantasy score, set to 24.5 if BetMGM were to have that fantasy score. So off by a little bit. Would suggest replacing the slip with that, or the bump prop there. I didn't take the Aaron Gordon line, just a feeling, LOL. You got to remove your feelings. You got to remove your feelings when you're sports betting, guys. Fortunately, the sports books are taken into consideration everything you think you know and more into these plays. They know that Aaron Gordon has gone over 10 rebounds, assists in the last 8 out of the last 10 games. Like, if that was the case, I don't know if that's the stats or not, but it doesn't really matter. It's all baked into the lines, and we just simply trust it. And over the long term, if you're playing these plays, in these correct slip types on these set payout platforms, you're going to be profitable. We might be able to build out another slip here. And actually, the Zach Edey line is kind of going in our favor here. These books are starting to favor the under a little bit more. We see now it's 54.56%.
Minus 198 on Caesars. It's minus 198 now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, minus 198 now.
I wonder if they just removed it, actually. Did they remove it? Yep, so they bumped it down to 13. So as you guys can see, this is the importance of the optimizer, is because without having this, right, I would have never known that Mikal Bridges was put onto PrizePicks. His points rebounds line was even put onto PrizePicks in the first place. I would have never known it was off by 1 when comparing to the market. I would have never known Eddie's rebounds was posted at 13.5 and so heavily juiced on the sports books. I wouldn't have been able to go to all of those different sports books and confirm that they were heavily juiced on his under, and then come back here and get these plays in. Like, it's not possible to get these in whenever they're going to be bumped like that, because of there's such an edge with these plays. So it's super clutch to be able to have a tool like this that has it all in one place. If you guys do want access to the tools at Daily Grind Fantasy, linked in the description, you guys get access to DGF, the Correlation Tool, the Optimizer, etc. I think I might have been talking too much, and we might be missing out on some plays here. Let me see.
We're 7 likes away from 40 as well. For everybody out there, make sure to like the stream, guys. Get it to 40 likes. You said you'll reveal. What game were you revealing the underdog slip for?
That was the Ravens-Chiefs game.
Ravens-Chiefs game.
Look at that. Look at Parker helping you guys out. You guys might have forgot. He didn't. I like it. David says, "Come on, reply to these chat comments." Sorry. Let's see. What did I miss? If you commented something and I missed it, recomment it.
He said Aaron Gordon be going over every time the optimizer says to take the under.
Oh, I mean, is it going to be 100%? No. Like, we're just simply going off of math and what the sports books have, guys. It's not going to be 100%. 54.4%. It's going to miss. It's going to miss plenty of times, right? It's going to hit plenty of times. Unfortunately, you might have caught it when it missed. Looks like
There's a new Edie play.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that in. I actually trust that DraftKings is going to be right at that line. See if we can go ahead and get that. Let's go. And then we can go ahead. I think there's some more value that we're going to be able to get in. So under 41.5 PRA for Edie. I'm not even sure how it's pronounced, to be honest with you. I'm going to take this OG under fantasy score.
OG.
26. Yep, under 26 fantasy score. 24.5 on the books. Dorian Finney-Smith, 18.
Still got some of that McCaffrey as well. So I'm going to throw that in there.
Yeah, toss that in. Julius Randle over 14.5 rebounds plus assists. Juiced on the over 14.5 at 15.5 on one of the books. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually got bumped already.
Yeah, that's going to get bumped quick. That's 150 on some books.
Yeah, so let's get that in. Right now we're sitting at 4. I need one more. You got one for us?
Let me look right now.
I forgot you used your McCaffrey free play.
We could go with the. I mean, we could go with the Antonio Reeves under on 19.5 points.
Yep.
But that's kind of low there, but the rest of the slip outweighs it. I'm gonna make it a 6 leg then.
I think what I'm gonna do is I just get a little worried that that's being weighed by Caesars right there, but Caesars was kind of right on the other one. I'm gonna throw in Clowney and I'm gonna throw in Reeves as well. I'll make it a 6 leg. I'm gonna too slow. Julius Randle was bumped.
Dang.
See, that's what happens. Sometimes you just gotta go. You have 5 minutes to cancel. You can go ahead, get it in, double check it's gonna be plus EV. I think that if I do this, I could still get in Clowney and Reeves, and this should be plus EV. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll go with Clowney then as well instead of Randall.
Clowney and then Reeves.
That's the worst. I was just typing in Clowney on the college basketball part of PrizePicks. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, and then Reeves on the under of 19.5 points. So it's gonna be a 5 flex. Still plus EV. Let's see. Yep.
And for anybody who's doubting the optimizer and anything like that, I'm a lifelong diehard Kentucky fan. And I just took the under on Antonio Reeves. You got to just trust it and get your feelings out of the way, like Dustin said. Because I'm a diehard Kentucky fan. I just took the under on Reeves tonight. So
yeah. You don't know how many times I've taken under fantasy score or unders for Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Although sometimes I don't. I almost agree with the Jaylen Browns because he pisses me off so much. But yeah, it simply putting your feelings aside and playing with mathematically has an edge against PrizePicks is how you're going to succeed. There was something I was going to do. Oh, David wants me to check on Julius Randle rebounds at 9.5. So the over of 9.5 is slightly favored across the books. Looks like it's being weighed down a little bit. Actually, they're kind of split. Multiple books right around this minus 125, multiple right around minus 135 and some change. So right now, the over of 9.5 is the way to go for that prop. But it's still not super. It's not a plus EV play technically. But if you're just curious, that's kind of where that stands. We've hit 41 likes. Do we want to reveal the slip?
Yeah.
And then let's go ahead reveal the slip. And if you want to explain the correlation within the slip, I'll build that out on the stream so they can kind of see it. It's going to be that third slip down, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, 92.55 correlation score. Let's go ahead and do it.
I mean, obviously here you got Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 touchdowns. You got Lamar 210.5 yards. Valdes-Scantling over 3 targets. Watson over 14.5 receiving yards. And then Hardman 10.5 receiving yards. As you can see, like from the correlation tool, it's giving you plays that obviously correlate. If you know what the word correlate means in general, you got Mahomes pass touchdowns, and then obviously he's throwing the ball to these receivers, and you're just getting a full game slip. That equals out to be a very profitable slip over time. And I think the coolest part about the correlation tool is the showing of the performance on how the correlation tool's been doing, Dustin. I think that's so cool to see.
Yeah, and we're working, of course, get that even better. As you guys can see, we've now had this little placed column where you can actually click off the slips so you guys know which ones you've placed. You don't actually enter in the same slip multiple times. Hang on one sec.
Link for what, Cole? Link for what?
Oh, I think I might not have gave. Did I enter a second PrizePicks slip? Or I don't. Yeah, I think I might have not have put that link in there. That might have been my bad. Hang on one second. Might as well finish building this slip out here, and I will drop this link in the chat.
I can do it. I just put it in the chat.
All right. So Parker's got you guys on the PrizePicks one. I think he said. Did you put it in the chat?
Yeah, I just did.
I just went ahead and tossed the underdog slip in chat. He mentioned the correlation within this slip, right? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, he's going over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Seems like they're kind of moving the ball a decent amount, passing the ball a decent amount. And then you have, of course, over in targets for Valdes-Scantling. They're passing the ball a lot, obviously. More targets going Valdes-Scantling's way. More opportunities for targets to go his way. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually caught the ball this week.
Justin Watson, over 14.5 receiving yards. Mecole Hardman, over 10.5 receiving yards. What's kind of sick about this slip is the fact that we don't really need that much to happen, right? Like,
this isn't that crazy.
No, it could be one. And honestly, I would be very, very happy if Justin Watson just caught one pass for over 14.5 yards, because I do have his under 1.5 receptions as well. And guys, that also just leads me to say this as well. Like, it's not even that it's contradicting itself. Like, it can happen on both sides, right? He can have one catch for over 14.5 yards and not catch another ball. But it's all about volume in the end. And then Mecole Hardman could catch one pass and go over 10.5 receiving yards. Of course, Lamar Jackson. If Patrick Mahomes is throwing for 2.5 or 2+ touchdowns, probably likely Jackson Mahomes. Lamar Jackson.
Mahomes.
That is a crazy blunder. That is a crazy blunder. Yeah, Lamar Jackson is going to be past the ball a decent amount, whether they're catching up to KC or it's just an all-out shootout. Over 210 pass yards.
Yeah, Dustin, Watson's at 17 yards per catch this season, so he could definitely do that for you as well. He could definitely middle right in the middle there.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I can try and share this slip. I don't know if Nope, I had definitely said that we were doing a underdog slip if we hit 40 likes, and we did hit that. So went ahead and revealed that. Now, we can go back to the optimizers, see if we got some more value coming across. I know PrizePicks seems to be dry. We've used up everything there. Underdog's dry. ParlayPlay. You could still get 80's rebounds. Yeah, looks like FanDuel's dropped us down to 12.5 now. So books are moving with Zach Edey's line in general. Now, we're not gonna be able to squeeze anything out of ParlayPlay. I'll check better one more time. I know somebody was in here asking for better. Couple of decent plays, but nothing great. as far as what we're looking for on better, those five pick non-insured slips are going to be the best, minus 122. And we need that above 55% for your average for odds percentage, which we can't really get there based off my naked eye just looking at them. So let's go ahead and double check these other apps. We have Dabble I'm looking at. Seems like we've already exhausted everything outside of these push potential props.
Yeah, all the good things are 1. The lines are at 1.
Feel free, call out if you see anything across any of these optimizers. Robert says, can we see the UD play for Lions 49ers? No, I'm not going to reveal any more off that tool. If anything, I might do a PrizePicks slip in a YouTube video over the next few days. I might drop a YouTube video. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel already, you're just watching the stream, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You guys will get notified when I go live or whenever I post a YouTube video. That way you guys don't miss it. Mikal Bridges, 8.5 rebounds, assists. I'll let you take that one over.
Where's that at? PrizePicks?
Yeah, somebody's asking about that
let
line.
me look it up real quick.
Yeah, ask about that line.
My computer will load. It's talking about his rebounds, assists, under. I mean, it's pretty much just even odds. Like it's like minus 120 across the books. It's definitely not a plus EV play at all, but it slightly favors the under there. So I mean, technically it slightly favors it, but it's very minuscule.
Yeah, nothing that I would be playing.
No.
As a play of any kind, whether it's on the under or the over, unless odds were to move drastically in the favor of one way or the other. But yeah, it's slightly favoring the under, just not plus EV. There's no real edge playing this on PrizePicks or anywhere else of these set playout platforms. I think this is probably going to be it as far as the stream, unless there's anything else you could think of or that you're seeing. Parker, I think this is probably going to be it. I can maybe, you know what, let's, while you're looking, if you guys have any questions, throw them into the chat. Be happy to answer anything we can.
I'm not seeing anything right now either.
Nolan,
Michael Porter Jr. over PRA.
On where? What app?
They didn't say what app are you talking about?
Sorry. I thought you had seen that. I didn't realize it was in chat.
No. Yeah, it was a chat. I was reading the chat.
How often do you use the middling tool? So yeah, the middling tool itself, DFS app to DFS app. So oftentimes with esports plays, where you can find some really good discrepancies, and then oftentimes with Hot Streak, they're off a decent amount when comparing to the rest of the market with some of these lines. I had built out a slip earlier. I think it was Aaron Gordon under 22.5 points plus rebounds, and then SGA was off by 1 PRA. Built that out earlier, and that was like a 3.5x payout. So you're getting these discrepancies. I mean, Josh Giddey right now on Hot Streak at 23.5, set to 22.5 on all these other DFS apps. So clearly off, when comparing to the market. That's typically when I use it. A lot of times Hot Streak and the esports plays. There could definitely be other times when it's used. That is the most often and reasons to why I use it.
Ryan, no, there's no NBA slips on the correlation tool right now. There's no NBA slips on there.
I think might build out a slip here on Underdog real quick.
Are you trying to keep your average percentage above the line, but how far into the red/orange are you willing to go, even if a line would maintain your edge?
Let me see. So trying to keep your edge. I mean, if I'm catching what you're saying exactly, is like, I was going to build a slip, but I'd rather answer this question right now. If I'm understanding exactly what you're asking, it's bumped anyways. it's going to be kind of a preference, right? Because if the lines are going to move, because there's a possibility you lock something in and the lines move, and then your slip might not be plus EV anymore, right? It's kind of willing what is your tolerance, or what are you comfortable with? Like if that slip is only a 54.5%, average fair odds percentage on each individual leg, like if some of those lines move and become worse plays, it might take your full slip below plus EV. It's kind of up to you and the risk you are willing to take. Maybe what your bankroll is, if you have a smaller bankroll, maybe stay away from that, and make sure you're just getting in these really high percentage plays that are for sure going to be plus EV, even if a slip or a line moves a little bit. Hopefully, that's what you are asking, I guess. NBA is just not super highly correlated. That's why you might not see slips for that. Obviously, NFL, college football, soccer, NHL, very, very correlated sports as a whole. So those can be very, very good slips. Brian, plus EV as a whole, let's just start there. Plus EV as a whole is just simply finding plays that have an edge against PrizePicks or these other TFS apps. I mean, even in sportsbooks as well. If you're going to play on sportsbook, you're just looking for valuable, profitable plays that over the long term are going to present an edge for you, or be a profitable play over the long term. Jazz value just hit the board. Where we at? You got to give me an app.
Yeah, there's value. Hold up.
Colin Sexton over 4.5 assists. Can we get this on anywhere else? That's gonna be
5.5 on the books.
Yeah, it's gonna be good on PrizePicks. It's just we've used up basically all of these plays, unfortunately. I don't want to force that in anything, to be honest with you. Really good play.
Yeah,
though.
if you
It's
guys have
5.5
those plays, though.
Yeah. If you guys are just coming in, I would literally build out this slip right here. Unfortunately, we've kind of exhausted everything we can across the top of this board. That's going to be plus EV. Colin Sexton over 4.5 assists. OG under 26 fantasy score. DFS under 18. Clowney over 2.5 tackles plus assist. And then take your choice of Adam Enrique under 2 if you want possible push potential, or Jonathan Marchessault under 3.5 shots on goal. You want to build a 5 or 6 man slip on PrizePicks. Those are the most profitable slip types over the long term. Yeah. All right, I think this is going to be it for the stream. Brian, by the way, if you want some more in-depth videos on what plus EV is, how to use these tools, we have plenty of videos here on the channel that go over the tools, go over plus EV betting, what you're looking for, how it works, stuff like that. Feel free to check out the videos. Highly suggest, if you guys are just watching the streams, or if you have the tools and you're still not fully sure how they work, you're not going to see the best success if you don't understand exactly how it works and what you're looking for. You could still be profitable, sure, but in order to really understand it and give yourself the best chance to being profitable, to where you're not just taking, if you're taking red plays, you're not using this thing right, highly suggest checking out the videos. But if you guys want access to the tools, like I said, linked in the description. If you guys aren't on these DFS apps, use code DGF. You'll get basically a 100% deposit match up to $100 on basically every app. Some of them are $500. Dabble is currently just 25 free bucks for downloading the app. So make sure you guys do that. Parker, appreciate you joining me. I'm sure the people loved it. Any last words from you?
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will see me soon again.
Yep. Follow Parker at Fields Focus on basically every social media you could find. My man's putting out content, so make sure you guys tune into his stuff. Obviously, subscribe here if you're not subscribed, and we will see you guys in the next one. Let's cash.